Trade recap, and today was a loss. Overall, this week has been a losing week. I took a loss yesterday as well as a break even yesterday, so a break even and a loss yesterday and a loss today. I did not have time yesterday to make a trade recap on the loss I took that day, but it was a loss. So I don't think I have it. Yeah, you can see right here, loss yesterday. Okay, but let's go over this trade. Uh, So we can see that we had NFP today that we could or did continue higher from, which was expected since we came above this daily swing high, which now creates this overall fair value area, which we should, if we want to continue higher from, to then target the next premium array here on the daily time frame. So what we could see here was that on the 4-hour during London session, we already came into the fair value area with an overlapping 4-hour fair value gap. But price did of course not continue because news NFP had not yet come out. So when NFP came out, we swept the low, showing an aggressive move higher towards potentially the next daily premium array. But that didn't happen just yet, at least. But what we did see here was we came up and we created this 1-hour fair value gap. We also had this big wick showing that price is rejecting something. Perhaps it was this swing high or something over there, but I want to focus on current order flow. So we came up, we had this big wick showing a pretty aggressive move lower into this 1-hour fair value gap. We eventually stuck into it, and from here we had this 50-minute fair value gap, which was the first area of resistance. But we also had this, or actually the second area of resistance. Firstly was this 5-minute fair value gap, and in the beginning price was looking super clean. Because here we created the 5-minute ST. This is a tiny bullish fair value gap, and we here had a beautiful move. Not the fair value gap here, but we pushed into the 5-minute fair value gap, gave the rejection, pushed up again, disrespecting it with a perfectly overlapping 1-minute fair value gap here that we did continue higher off of. The fair value area with the fair value gap perfectly continuing higher off of that. Then we came into the 50-minute fair value gap. We can see that we also had the rejection here, and we didn't continue lower. This fair value gap was not strong enough to push price lower, and we consolidated for a bit until we eventually closed above the fair value area with an overlapping fair value gap, which is what we want to see if we are looking for higher prices. On 15-minute here, I also marked out this high. I wanted to be break even when that high was taken, which never ended up getting taken, because that is the 50 minutes premium array after this 50 minutes fair value gap. So the next 50-minute premium array, you see we did have the aggressive moves higher, disrespecting 50-minute bearish fair value gaps, disrespecting overall bearish order flow in an overall uptrend. So my target was this high, break even at this, and my entry was this area. We mentioned a 50-minute value gap was around somewhere here. Then we broke out of that area and closed above with a fair value gap, but also a 5-minute fair value gap. So my entry was here, the 5-minute area, 5-minute fair value area with the 5-minute fair value gap. Stop loss below here, because I did think that price could potentially come into the last line of defense. What does the last line of defense mean? This means that this swing low here is the last discount array that can push price higher Otherwise, I would expect the potential intermediate term low to be taken. So this low, which ended up getting taken since we did not respect the last line of defense. So perfect stop loss in my opinion, and yeah, I got stopped. 0.25 risk, so not a lot. Uh, Overall, price was looking clean. It was after NFP. Perhaps we can see here that just when 11 a.m. here, New York time started, the volatility just started to die down. We can see these wicks. What the hell is happening here? Just accumulating to the downside. Not any volatility, barely in the market. Just very choppy and consolidating price action, which could be something I can take into account during my future trades. But overall, the trade here was looking clean until 11 a.m.